Good morning. It's November 26, 2019. It is an amazing day. I'm Jeff Parness with New York Says Thank You Foundation and Stars of Hope. Today we are launching the Hope Across America Tour with the Stars of Hope Healing Arts Community Response Vehicle. Let me take you on a quick tour. I think a lot of you probably know this all started with the tragedy of 9/11, but really with the humanity and the compassion of 9/12. And then a couple years later, we showed up in the small town of Greensburg, Kansas, after they were devastated by an F5 tornado, and we had the kids paint inspirational words and messages on these 1-foot wooden stars as a way to just express their compassion and their hope that their community would come back. So these Stars of Hope have now showed up in over 270 communities, 26 countries around the world. Millions of people have seen them in the aftermath of historic natural disasters and human-caused tragedy. Josh Garcia, who is our Director of Operations, survived the Pulse nightclub attack, and he likes to say, alone we feel and together we heal. This whole project for 16 years with our foundation and 12 years with Stars of Hope would not have been possible without so many of our supporters and our partners. National 9/11 Museum, every year we paint Stars of Hope with all the families and the kids there. These stars were actually made right after the San Bernardino terror attack. We have something called the Stars of Hope Box of Hope, where families could volunteer from their kitchen table or from birthday parties or holiday gatherings and paint. We went live with the Box of Hope, and then a few days later the San Bernardino terror attack happened. People all around the country painted these stars and they showed up. One of them said, "Let your light shine." And Julie Swan-Pius, who had survived the attack in San Bernardino, made that her personal profile picture on Facebook and said, "I hope to embody the message on this star." So it's just a way how people who go through tragedies, when they know that other people care about them and take a little time to paint, express their compassion, that's what makes people heal. The formula for Stars of Hope is very simple. People of all ages, kids, infants to a 105-year-old grandmother, have painted Stars of Hope as a way to use their creativity to express compassion and connect to anybody anywhere in the world in need of hope. It's a great way to empower kids to be part of the process to heal our broken world. And ultimately, at the end of the day, this is about healing survivors of tragedy, to let them know that they're not alone. Hopefully, as kids and families ride down the highway, they'll see "I saw the Hope Bus" and tell us where they saw it. A number of years ago, there was a terrible wildfire in Bastrop, Texas. We had a dear friend, Lloyd Hatcher. He stopped his chemo treatment just to paint stars. That star has become an icon for Stars of Hope. And we hope as people are driving down the highway, it tells them what's important is just chill out, calm down, we're all in this together. Hopefully it'll cut down on road rage. This beautiful graphic was designed by Fran Chefman, who's put her heart and soul into Stars of Hope and New York Says Thank You Foundation for so many years. Faith. I mean, without it, without faith, without hope, what do we have? In the Santa Rosa wildfires, a mother came up to me, Erica Wisner, and said, "I'm kind of afraid to take my kids to the burn zone. It's really sad. What do you think?" I said, kids understand how to heal our broken world. They'll look at something sad and say, "This is what I could do, and this is how I could fix it." That's Noah, the helper. In San Bernardino, on the anniversary of the attack, a little girl said, "Could I paint a Star of Hope and hand it to a police officer?" That's what this is about. You know, years after some of these tragedies, Stars of Hope are still up on fences and poles, and we get messages from people saying, "You have no idea how much that little Star of Hope meant to me at my darkest moment." And I think that's what it's about. It's about combating loneliness, whether it's a natural disaster or whether it's a human-caused tragedy, to let people know years later, every day when they see these stars, that there are good people out there who care about them. I cry at weddings of people I don't know, so I apologize if I tear up. There are a lot of angels who have been watching over us in this special project that have been connected to New York Says Thank You, and especially Stars of Hope for years. Marie Isabel Ramirez, Ann Nicole Nelson, Peggy Ilario all died on 9/11. C.J. Martin was killed in the Evansville tornado. Christina Taylor Green was born on 9/11, killed in the Gappy Gifford shooting. Dylan Hockley was a little boy who died in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. His star has traveled around the world. Lloyd Hatcher was a dear volunteer friend of ours. He stopped his chemo treatment just so he could paint with kids in Bastrop, Texas. All of our angels who were killed in the San Bernardino terror attack, all of our angels killed in the Pulse nightclub attack, and Molly, a beautiful dog from Greensburg, Kansas, who's given hope and gave hope to so many kids, so many people around the world. This is a great country that we live in. What this is about the spirit of 9/12, of what it's like when bad things happen and people come together with their volunteer spirit, with their compassion. When Americans come together, when people in this one human family come together, nothing is impossible. Thank you for joining the Stars of Hope journey. The Hope Across America tour is about to get started. We'll see you soon.